We're back with another episode.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of the Face Off with Fleming and Fowler. We are back at it again.
Woo-hoo. Another Tuesday, another episode.
That the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it.
That was beautiful. There's something in my eye.
Oh, now you couldn't do that before we started. We press record.
I'm blind. Ugh, Lordy Lord. Okay, I'm good. What's up, people?
Hey.
This is the day the Lord has made. Let all of us rejoice.
Hallelujah.
Glad to be here.
Glad to be alive. Glad to be another number.
I have been reborn. I was hungover until about an hour ago. I am now full of Christ's love.
As she comes over my house and has a whole bottle of wine and still drinking
It's called Hair of the Dog.
What is that?
Hair of the Dog.
What is that?
When you drink the next day after being hungover to like get yourself out of the hangover. Hair of the dog?
I've never heard that before in my life.
I mean, I don't have like a Merriam-Webster definition of it, but that's what it means. Hair of the dog.
You sure that's not an Urban Dictionary kind of? No, black people don't say that.
No, hair of the dog.
That's like biting at the straws.
Grasping at straws?
Same thing.
Chomping at the bit.
Same thing.
There's a lot going on here. Hair of the dog is short for hair of the dog that bit you. It's colloquial in the English language, used to refer to alcohol that is consumed with the aim of lessening the effects of the hangover.
I just don't know what a dog and hair has to do with anything.
I didn't say I knew what I'm just telling you that's what they say. When you drink to get rid of your hangover, it's called hair of the dog.
I was trying to understand the soliloquy.
Oh, the expression originally referred to a method of treatment for a rabid dog bite by placing hair from the dog in the bite wound. So it's like...
Oh, so it makes you uncrazy.
What do they say when they're like, the poison is the cure?
I can't.
That's what it is.
I can't.
So hair of the dog, ladies and gents. Here I am, alive and well.
Thank you, Jesus.
Dude, I never used to get hungover. I was like, people are really just whiny babies about this whole hangover business. It's not that bad. Get over it.
Yeah.
The closer I get to 30, the more I take that back.
Listen, your liver can't take it anymore. Like, once you graduate undergrad, your body can't take liquor the way that it used to.
I think my liver was in shock from the sheer amount of alcohol it was processing.
Did you really used to drink that much?
Yeah, I lived in Austin, Texas, dude.
What does that mean?
That means that my address should have been 6th Street.
I can't.
Like,
so how did you pass undergrad and graduate school?
I almost didn't. I graduated with like a 2.4, maybe a 2.7. I almost didn't graduate.
Hey, medical doctors don't need but a 2.0 in med school.
I'm telling you, I used to call Tuesday my networking night on 6th Street.
Oh, Jesus.
That's when you go to the bars and you
sound like you're a prostitute. I don't like that.
You talk to the bouncers, you talk to the bartenders. It's a low traffic night. That's how you get in. That way on the weekends, you don't have to wait for lines. You get the free drinks, all of that stuff. So I was probably out Tuesday. When was Dollar Beers? Dollar Beers was also on Tuesday. That's why I did that. Tuesday.
We had 25-cent chicken wings.
Huh.
At what was the place called?
We were living very different lives in undergrad.
Yeah, they were 25-cent chick, but they were only on Tuesdays though at BW3s. That's what it was called. BW3s.
Buffalo Wild Wings?
I don't know that it was Buffalo Wild Wings, but it was just called BW3s.
BW3s.
It might have been. I don't. But everybody just called it BW3s. Nobody called it Buffalo Wild Wings. Huh. It probably was. Is it yellow?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what. I never knew that. I never knew that. Never knew it. Nope. Sure did. Everybody call it. You going to BW3? Yeah, I'm going to BW3. Buffalo Wild Wings.
But it's only 2 W's.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe it's not the same.
BW3s. I don't know. It was in Tallahassee. I don't know. Maybe it was Buffalo Wild Wings, but it was yellow.
Buffalo Wild Wings is yellow and black. Yellow and black. I don't know.
This is back in like 2003.
It was a different time. Yeah,
right.
no. I want to say Tuesday, it was Dollar Beers and it was 50-cent tequilas and Dollar Beers out at the bar. So Tuesday,
gotcha. Thursday,
Friday for sure. Saturday for sure.
So you're still trying to live that life of your 21-year-old self.
Yeah, like I think I can still consume alcohol at that rate. It was once I stopped.
You're old now.
While we were pushing through grad school, I was good. It was when I stopped and decided to become like
an adult
and like a respectable citizen of society. Yeah. And I stopped drinking that much. And then I started getting hangovers. I think I should have never let my liver rest. When you let them rest, they get lazy.
No, it's just like how, when you turn 30, your knees start hurting.
My knees
It's an automatic thing. It's an automatic
Shit.
thing.
Well, yeah, my hangover's not, because this hangover,
And it's only going to get worse as you get older.
on a seriousness scale, it was probably like a 4 to 5. Like, it's not earth shattering, wasn't going to ruin my whole entire day, but I was worthless.
Oh, geez.
And they always clear up about 5 p.m. But man, they're coming for me. I can feel it. 30 is going to be a rough one.
Yeah, especially in this economy. Mortgage is going up.
I know.
Joe's not, he's paying off more people's student loans, but
He's doing some things.
Work,
yeah. But yeah, 28 is around the corner. Next month, my birthday, your birthday, things are happening.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm going to be 30. I can't even say it. Because I'll be officially in my late 30s. Sweet Jesus.
It's going to be a good time. I feel like it's going to be a good year.
It's going to be the best year of my life. I'm manifesting it. I'm speaking it into existence. I'm claiming it. Hallelujah. Anyway, how was your week this past week? Other than being hungover.
I literally can't think past last night.
So on top of that, you have short-term memory loss now.
I'm just like all a blur.
That's, yeah. Well,
I'm not I'm a vibes drinker.
Okay.
Like, depending on what the vibe needs to be. Mm-hmm. If the vibe is like, we're chilling, then I won't drink a lot. But if the vibe either needs a little kick in the ass, I'm the one to do it. I will sacrifice myself.
Oh, Jesus.
Or if the vibe is we're all blacking out, who am I to stand in the way? Do you know what I mean?
Do you all have, like, in your group of friends, do you have like a designated driver?
Uber.
Wow. See, it's very different back in my day.
Or my mom, if I get really desperate, she'll always.
You would call your mom if you were drunk?
Hell yeah! Shout out to my mom, Eileen Fowler. I've called her multiple times. This is how it goes. It's 3 texts. Mom, send. Are you awake? Send. I'm gonna call you. Send.
So she knows.
Then I call. She's like,
let me put some clothes on.
Yeah. Mom, can you come pick me up? The Ubers are $50.
Wow. I would leave your ass out there.
I know. She should. Please don't. But she should. And she'll always come.
Oh my God.
My mom is the mom who was like, in high school, she was like, I don't care where you are, what you do, just always come home. You can call me, I'll pick you up. She's come to San Marcos to pick my ass up before.
Really?
I was at a party, like a frat party. San Marcos is y'all are some weird people. I went to a frat party that was like out in the middle of a field. And they take you in buses out there. And I was out there with my friend and I was like,
in a field?
In a field. That's white safety.
I was going to say, yes, it is.
And I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. I can't do this. And we had no way of getting home. We were in the middle of nowhere. And I called my mom. She came and picked us up.
That's crazy.
She's right. I've called her drunk in the middle of Lake Austin. Tripping. And I was like, Mom, I need you to come get me. She's like, all right, I'm there. She's a fucking angel.
Here's the thing. My freshman year of college, people didn't have cell phones like that. So you were using calling cards. I would have to wait to activate my calling card to then call my mom.
Mobile shit? Would you have Cricket?
Cricket wasn't even around then. Like, I think it was like Singular Wireless, not AT&T. It was probably just Singular Wireless.
Oh, that was a little
Verizon,
man, the little guy, right?
Yeah, the little blob thing. And then Verizon was out. Who else was out then? I don't even think T-Mobile was around, and Sprint. I think those were the only 3 at first, and then T-Mobile came around. Or maybe T-Mobile was always there. Nobody just really knew about it. Okay, if I'm have this correctly, you would pay money to get a card. Yes.
And that card was your minutes, right?
Yeah.
But how does that card transfer into call minutes?
Because when you have to call the little number, and then it calls out for you, and then you put your little 16-digit or however many digit number on the back of the card. And that was how you call people.
My Nana calls that triangulating.
Yeah, that's literally what you do. It's kind of like call forwarding to a degree. Almost like having a Google Voice without a Google Voice number.
That is so convoluted.
Yeah. Or you would just call your parents and like you would call them collect, and then when they would say, please state your name, you'd be like, it's Monica, call me very quick. And so my mom would call me from her cell phone. Do you
accept the charges?
Exactly. My mom would just hang up, and then she would call me from her cell phone.
Damn, no. I dropped my mama a pin. I said, I'm right here and I won't leave. I promise. Come pick me up.
See, I don't think I ever had anybody that would actually come. First of all, I was 6 hours away from home.
That's true.
And so I don't think I had anybody that would actually come and get me, because my sister wouldn't come get me either, because she had her own group of friends. So we were not, absolutely not. So that's why we always had a designated driver to say all that.
That's smart.
So, and I was usually always a designated driver anyway.
Of course you were.
I need to be in control of my faculties.
I knew it.
I need to be in control.
We had my first couple years of college, we had the e-bus, which is the public transport that would take you downtown and bring you back, or cabs. But we never took cabs because that shit was iffy. And then Uber came out probably my junior or senior year of college. So then there was never a need for a designated, or we would do pledge rides. They'd call the pledges. The pledges come pick you up.
The first time I ever took an Uber, honestly, I know this sounds really weird because Ubers were not around when I was in college or grad school, I don't believe. They were around when I was in grad school. Anyway, first time I ever took an Uber was when I went to Paris. And I was scared out of my mind.
What?
Yeah. And that was in 2019. That was the first time I ever took Uber.
That is so strange.
Yeah.
We also I was in a spirit group, and I forget what we called it, but there was one girl every weekend that had to stay sober. Mm-hmm. And then it was like an absolute desperate situation. Mm-hmm. Legal lasso. That's what it was called. Because it was called lassos.
Y'all love everything about cowboy and cowgirl. Y'all just can't.
We do. And you could be like, hey, girl, I know you hate me. And we don't talk. You're probably a freshman who just has a car, but you have to come pick me up. And she would. That was nice.
That's interesting. I remember my best friend, we went to homecoming one year, and she was just like, I really want to experience what it is to just get lit completely, like no holds bar, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, don't worry. You can get as drunk as you want to. I will be responsible for you. I will drive. And I did just that. And then we had another friend who literally tried to escape out of the damn car on the highway. And it was insane. Taking care of drunk people, drunk friends is not fun. That's all I'm saying. That's why I don't like going to clubs or being around drunk people. And that's why I always need to be in control of my faculties.
Oh, I can only deal with drunk people if I'm drunk. That's why I have to be drunk. Interesting. No. Choose your player,
The sober one. Definitely choose the sober one.
100% no. That's an immediate no. I'm not going to be the sober one. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, no. I have to. Because I want to record stuff and play it back and be like, do you realize what you did last night?
Yeah, but if you become
I have the good stories.
If you become a functioning drunk person, you can still do those things.
There's no such thing. No such thing as a functional drunk person.
100% there is. And you know how I know? Because when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, wow, my contacts are out, my face is washed, my teeth are brushed, my phone's on the charger, earrings on the nightstand. Who did that? Me.
Functional drunk person.
Me.
Well, I guess you get a trophy for doing that.
Thank you. How was your week?
Saying all that to ask how my week was. My week was actually pretty cool. Here's the thing, y'all, out there in podcast land. I personally, truly, and honestly, wholeheartedly believe that our parents lied to us. This is not the same life that they lived. I don't understand how people have children and are able to function and go to shitty jobs that they absolutely hate. This is all a lie. And I don't think this life is real. I don't. I think we're in a cosplay kind of situation.
Have you seen that TikTok theory about everyone's dead?
I believe it. We're uploaded.
Because you know how once you die, like your brain doesn't die right away. Right. It's alive for like 15 minutes or something.
Yeah.
And they're saying that we are all in this short little burst of death where the time moves very differently. Mm-hmm. But we're all dead. We're living in that little period. And that's why we have things like Mandela effect
or like deja vu,
where it's different consciousnesses thinking different things, but it's supposed to be a fact, but we all have different, you know what I mean?
I believe it. There's an episode of Simpsons where they realize that their city is in a dome. That's what I'm saying. They're in a dome and they can't get out. So yeah.
Dale Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadomes?
I don't know who owns it, but there's an episode and I believe it. I believe we're in like even the Hunger Games when shot up at the arrow. Katniss. She shot up at the.
What's her name? You didn't remember Katniss?
I couldn't remember her name. I was getting ready to say something else, but it was not Katniss.
Fake fan.
No, I haven't read the books, but I've seen all of them. But anyway, all that to say, Jesus, please bring my husband. I'm so sick of working. Like I want to be. You know how you see on social media, people are like, oh, the African American urge, or the urge to just say, oh, the corporate America urge. The corporate America urge to say, I don't have to deal with this shit. Okay, my husband got a job. I'm waiting on that. I'm manifesting.
All I want is to be able to say,
I can just quit.
Yeah, like I can quit and walk up out of somewhere and at least someone can pay the mortgage. Because right now.
Exactly. That's what I'm manifesting.
I'm just rocking over here.
I don't have to deal with this. My husband is going to take care of us. And babe, I quit my job again. What are we going to do? And for him to just say, I got it, babe. Thank you. Woo! Thank you. Thank you for holding me down until I get it together.
I don't cook. I don't clean.
No, I
Let me show you how I got this ring.
I cook and clean. Yes, I do.
There you go.
I iron your clothes and everything else.
Someone wipe her up.
Listen, I'm telling you, Willie Earl and them, I got your back. That's all I'm saying.
One day.
One day soon, please. Tomorrow, please, Jesus. Anyway, all right, let's go ahead and get on into the show. What were you telling me about A$AP Rocky?
A$AP Rocky, did you know he got arrested?
For what? Wasn't he in the Bahamas with Rihanna?
He was in Barbados.
Oh, what did I say?
Bahamas. Very different.
Barbados.
My mom's the one who told me, actually. She has got her fingers on the pulse of pop culture. She knows everything.
It's because she listens to our podcast.
She has to.
So we're keeping her hip.
There you go.
Hey, Mom.
He was arrested for like a guns possession charge from 2021 for a shooting.
What? Oh, I was gonna say, why can't he have a gun? But if you shoot,
you can't listen. You, as we've said, you can have guns, but you cannot shoot people.
Well,
with them.
Kyle Rittenhouse did it, so
as we've said, you
George
can
Zimmerman,
have the guns, but you just can't shoot the people with them. We're not here for that.
Black people can't have guns and can't shoot people.
So he was released on a $550,000 bail.
Ooh,
which seems, I don't know, Steve. I don't know a lot about bails, but that just seems like a lot of money.
It's the same thing Kevin Gates had that one time. He puts it in a rap. He was like, I got arrested and posted $300,000 bond. He was like, Drika was down there with 40 bam. I was like, Drika is a rider. Shouts out to Drika. That's all I'm saying. I don't even know they're still together. Anyway, neither here nor there.
But I'm like, Bad Gal doesn't need this right now. She's cooking something, you know?
Well, I mean, she knows that he has the money to get himself out, so she ain't worried.
That is true. She did look unbothered.
Yeah.
With her little, like, she was wearing like a sequin little bra. With
I love
belly.
her fashion. I love when pregnant women like dress like, I don't want to say like they're not pregnant, but just when they dress as freely as they want to. I just love that. First of all, a pregnant woman's body is the most beautiful thing ever. And for you to literally just put your belly on display, I love it.
She's like, I'm still a bad bitch.
I love it. Now, the only thing that weirds me out is when they wear heels. I'm like, please don't do that. Only because I'm like,
that's what weirds
your
you out?
pelvis is fucked. Like it's kind of off, and I don't want you to fall. I just don't like pregnant women falling in heights. I just don't like that.
When I was in Hawaii, there was a woman probably like 6 or 7 months pregnant hiking the mountain we were hiking.
That weirds me out.
And I said, ma'am, no, you're going to have to go ahead or stay behind. No. I cannot watch this.
That weirds me out. Yeah,
no,
pregnant women in high heels weirds me out. I don't like it.
Remember when Kim Kardashian was pregnant and how swollen she got?
Exactly.
Oof. She would still wear heels.
I don't think she owns a pair of tennis shoes. Does she own tennis shoes?
She's some Yeezys probably.
I doubt it. She's wearing them. She's probably
wearing
them. Pete Davidson's or something like that. Well, I mean.
But yeah, he's out on bond. I guess I don't know what they're going to do. That means I don't know. But supposedly, allegedly, he's connected to the shooting of some other person.
Well, snitches get stitches. Anyway, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. So speaking of traveling and them traveling, did you hear that the mask mandates have now been completely done away with to a degree for public transportation?
I heard at the airport you don't have to wear a mask anymore.
Which I think is so weird.
Is the one place I would wear a mask is on the plane because that air circulated.
It's recirculated. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. For people, thankfully.
But here's listen. I don't want to wear a mask anymore. I understand it, right? But
I don't mind it now.
You don't wear it all day anymore.
That's very true.
All I'm thinking is, am I going to be one of those people at the airport that's like, oh, thank God I'm not going to wear a mask? Or am I going to wear it just so people know I'm not like a raging right-wing conservative? Do you know what I mean?
I think you can just wear a shirt that says I'm a healthcare hero. People will be like,
I'm
that's
fucking
why she's wearing it.
Triple vaxxed.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Boosted. And you still got the flu.
And I still got, dude, remember that? That was awful.
Yeah, it was.
Hashtag boosted. Yeah. Sometimes I put masks on just so people don't think I'm like out here doing crazy stuff.
I wear a mask for everything. I went to go get a pizza last night, and I literally...
Where's the pizza from?
I went to Marco's.
Never been.
Marco's pizza. Oh, God, it's amazing. They use Asiago cheese. Love it. Anyway.
Ooh.
That's my favorite kind of cheese is Asiago, for anybody who
My favorite's Gouda. Do you know what movie that's from?
No.
It is hard to do. I want y'all watching to know it's hard to do this podcast with someone who knows nothing about pop culture.
Know stuff. I know pop culture.
It's from She's the Man.
Who recites that movie? That's not even a popular movie.
That is such a iconic movie.
I mean, it's iconic, yes, but it's Gen Z.
My favorite's Gouda. That's where Channing got his start, man.
Okay, it's not as popular as like, you're a cheer tater, Torrance, and a pain in my ass.
That is true, but it's still like, it's a good one.
Bring it. It's already been brought. But anyway, what were we talking about?
Anyway, you went and got a pizza.
Yeah, I went and got a pizza and I wore a mask and they were just looking at me like, I'm like, why y'all ain't got no masks on in this pizza place? And I was just like,
breathing on your pizza.
I just said my grace. I was like, the pizza's pretty hot. Hopefully it burned off whatever they had.
I hate this mentality, but it's the one I've adopted, which is if that shit didn't get me in the last 2.5 years,
You better knock on wood, because baby.
I'm just like, it had its time. I was on ground zero. I was in ground zero.
But you weren't in ground zero without a vaccine.
That is
like
true.
I was.
You were without a vaccine.
Yeah.
So if it didn't get you, I would not wear a mask at all.
But I don't hang around people either.
That is true.
So if I would have got it, I probably would have got it from you.
Well, that's
because you're the one that's around people.
I was like, damn, we've really been out here. I don't think I've been thoughting and bopping, but
You have definitely been thought and bopping.
I've been bopping.
Let me tell you something. Alyssa has not been in a pandemic like the rest of the world has been. She been tripping. This is why she don't have no PTO right now. She's the only person during the quarantine who doesn't have PTO.
I think it's called building up an immunity.
No.
That's what I was doing. It's exposure therapy.
And every time she would come back, I'd be like, Jesus, please don't let her give me COVID. Please, Lord Jesus. Because I knew you weren't going to get it. I was like, she's not going to get it. She's going to pass it to somebody else.
I'm a carrier.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking super spreader.
It's my, it's light skins, dude. When you're mixed, your immunity. I think you just are more immune to more things. That's why you're not supposed to, that's why incest is so bad for your health.
For your health? Other than just
I don't know if you guys
sleeping
know
with your
this,
own
but
family?
incest is really bad for your health.
That CDC says that? It's guidelines? Yeah. Don't sleep with your cousins. Duly noted. What else were you telling me about Shaq? Or what
That's
were you
how I
talking
beat
about
Shaq. Do you remember that song?
No.
That's how I beat Shaq. Okay. Anyway.
What's the artist?
Is that Aaron Carter?
Who?
Wait. Let me.
Alyssa's white. Oh God! Listen, don't let the melanin fool you. This girl is completely white.
No,
completely
come
white.
on. That's how I beat Shaq. Aaron Carter,
What
2001.
black person listens to Aaron Carter?
That's how I beat Shaq. Aaron Carter was kind of a big deal when I was growing up. You never heard That's How I Beat Shaq? It never even crossed your, oh my God.
Probably who came out when he came out was like Omarion, Mario, Sammy.
Who's Sammy?
The disrespect. We will not tolerate disrespect of Sammy on this podcast.
Oh, 2000 is when that song came out. On Aaron's party.
I was in the 10th grade.
Damn, I was in kindergarten. That's why that shit popped.
Yeah, nobody was listening to that shit.
That's how I beat Shaq.
Not in my hood ass.
But I think Shaq was in the video.
Okay, anyway, speaking of Shaq, where we
sorry.
Because we will go down a rabbit hole.
That's got to be the name of this episode. That's how I beat Shaq. But he was doing an interview, and they're showing a bunch of clips of it because it had to be on a podcast or something. This is why I should do my job better so that I have actual information to give you. But they were talking about his marriage to Shawnee. Mm-hmm. And the guy who was interviewing him was kind of saying, like, you know, it takes two to make a marriage not work, and da-da-da. And Shaq was like, absolutely not. We're stopping that right there. It was all me. It was all me. And he was just like, I'm not going to get into what I did or what I didn't do, but she was a good wife and a good mother, and it's all on me. And this was me. We love accountability in 2022.
Yes, we do. Especially from black men.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the host kept trying to get him to, I guess, let him off the hook and just being like, well, you know, he was like, and he kept stopping it every time. He was like, nope, it was me. Nope, it was me.
Yeah. I mean, I think, because I remember back in the day when they were married, there was like this rumor that was going around that she had stolen money from him and like
her money.
That she had, exactly. Because I'm like, I'm quite sure they didn't have a prenup. I don't know their business like that. But anybody who pushes out 5 of Shaq's big-headed ass kids, like, you deserve all of his damn money at the end of the day. Like, I mean, I think it's, I like the fact that they have a great co-parenting relationship. I'm not sure if their relationship was always that easy or appears to be that easy, but I mean, that was I mean, he should be taking accountability for what he did in the marriage. I think everybody should do that.
It was a show called The Pivot.
Oh, is that with the dude, the light skinned dude
with the dreads? Yeah, with the locks. Sorry, with the locks.
The problem. That's the one who said Russell Wilson is a square.
Oh, I do remember them talking about that.
I'm just like, dude, you need to get up. Never mind.
They were going in on Russell Wilson.
They hate Russell Wilson because he took Sierra off the market. I think that's really what it is.
He took Sierra off the market. He basically is raising her kids with her. She loves him. He loves her. They're like this. I don't know the ins and outs of their relationship. I just know what's on social media, which again, you never know.
But here's my thing.
They seem happy. She was probably just done with. Listen, Future is a troll.
Toxic. He's
a toxic man.
Allegedly.
Future just didn't show up to like a custody hearing and refused to do a meetup with his baby mama, allegedly, and is asking her to drop the paternity suit. And that's who she was dealing with.
But here's the thing. For any man that talks about, oh, Sierra wouldn't be with Russell unless he had money, Russell Wilson is a very handsome man. Okay, so you're speaking from the standpoint of you're a heterosexual man who is not attracted to Russell. There are a lot of women out here who are attracted to Russell Wilson and think he is a very handsome man. So for you to say that, oh, she was with him for his money, that man looks good. Like, and when you done dealt with trash and then a real man comes around and is like, let me show you the world, queen. Of course you're going to be like, absolutely.
Also, she has her own money.
I'm just like,
also, he's either a really great person or has great PR. Either way, they're never in the media.
Sierra is a whole recording artist, and most times people, depending on if you do your money right, you don't have to make another album. Like she probably had brand endorsements,
and that's
deals,
on
and all kind of
residuals.
stuff. Come on.
So yes, I do remember him saying that. But yeah, no, Shaq shut it down. He was like, I wasn't protecting her. I wasn't protecting our vows. Hashtag marriage vows.
I just feel like him and Shawnee have a, like, from what I see, and even too when he appeared on Love and
she was on Love and
Hip Hop. No, what is it? Basketball Wives?
Shit, we were so close.
We were so close. Basketball Wives. They seem to have a very good relationship. I mean, they're co-parenting 5 children. Like, I mean,
that is so many kids.
That's a lot of kids. But I think they do it well from what we see as the outsiders looking in.
Yeah.
But I think that I'm glad that he said that. I mean, she's engaged to a pastor now.
It was the first time I've seen a black male celebrity, especially someone as big as him, being like, oh no, this was my fault. We're not going to blame her.
Will Smith did that, I feel like, a lot with his ex-wife, Cherie.
Oh, he does love her.
Yeah. Like, and I mean, and even Jada too, her and Jada kind of coming together separately from Will and them talking about their particular issues, coming into
I did watch that Red Table Talk.
But I mean, I feel like their relationship obviously, was tumultuous in the very beginning, but I think once you understand that, you and him no longer are together. This is his new wife. And you just want to make sure that someone loves your child and wants to, or is going to make sure that they are going to do right by your child. Because sometimes in these relationships, women get with men who have children and they don't do right by the children. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's a big thing. But also, too,
and that's why you have to be a whole healed person before procreating. Please and thanks.
Absolutely. Well, also, too, this is why you don't get in relationships with men and women who have children if you know that you can't deal with that.
That is true.
Because I know for me, that's a deal breaker. Men with kids is a deal breaker. It just is. I'm not going to deal with your baby mom. I'm not going to deal. That's too many families. Nope.
It's a sliding scale for me. Like, the more money you have, the more I will put up with.
Very true.
That's Absolutely. On me, though, because I just do not wish to work for the rest of my life.
Absolutely. You got 11 kids? Let's go. Come on.
It is what it is.
Do I get a piece of the pie?
I'm like, let me know how many people to prepare for Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
You communicate that to me.
Because I got to get the numbers to the caterer because I'm not cooking.
I'm not.
That's all I'm saying.
That's on your money.
That's all I'm saying. But I think that was very noble of him to do that. And I mean, the fact that he took responsibility for what he did, and also to that lifestyle, doesn't excuse it at all. Because I think that you should be able to be faithful, even though people are throwing their draws at you. Team faithful black men over here, but
Hashtag.
I think that's wonderful, and I think they have a really good relationship from what I see.
And that's how I beat Shaq.
Well, yeah.
I put it in the hoop like slam. I hear the crowd screaming out.
Please put in the comments if you know what this song is that she's talking about, and if you know the words to it, because I guarantee nobody's checking for Aaron Carter. Is he even still
he's
around?
He's like a meth head, I swear to God.
Because he's been shacking too much. That family is
so toxic, dude. And
who's his brother? Justin Timberlake? Nope.
Whoa.
Sean Carter? Nope. Jay-Z? Who's his brother?
Let you figure this one out.
From NSYNC, right?
No.
98 Degrees.
Nope.
Close. Boys.
There it is.
Ooh.
Nick Carter.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I knew it.
They're like, the Carter family is super crazy and like toxic, like Lindsay Lohan-esque, but like even his mom is real wild. And there's all these rumors about like weird like dynamics between Nick and Aaron, like inappropriate dynamics. Aaron's
the younger one, right?
Aaron's the younger one, and now he's like crazy cracked out Aaron Carter, and they're super
allegedly
like abusive and violent, and I think there's a bunch of abuse that was going on in the family. It's a really sad story.
Wow.
But
prayers up for him. I mean, he's not dead, right?
No.
Okay.
No, he's
not trying to kill him.
Alive and kicking. Man, that was a time. Aaron Carter had a he was, man.
Well, speaking of abuse and meth and stuff. Anyway, police officers. Horrible segue, but you get the point.
Speaking of domestic violence.
Exactly. These are the people who have to, rectify it. Did you hear that there's this new thing that police officers are doing now, especially in the wake of, continued police shootings of unarmed black men and women? They are now playing, like when they do a traffic stop or whatever, some police officers are playing music while they're stopping someone or while they're, investigating something. And the reason why they're doing it is because if they know that you're recording them, they're playing music in the background. So that way, when you post it to social media, your video will be taken down for copyright infringement and all that kind of stuff.
It's giving dirty cop.
Exactly.
I would assume that only people who know they're going to do something they don't want recorded would do these things.
Yeah. Definitely. Here's the thing.
It is smart, though.
It's smart, but it's deceiving. And it's very deceptive. And I don't like that. Because I feel like even when I was still working at the hospital, if someone recorded what I did on a daily basis, like especially my interaction with patients, I don't think I would have an issue with that.
Oh, but if someone was recording me every day, I would also find ways like this to not be recorded.
I don't think I would care. Because I pretty much say what I want to say anyway. And especially when you're trying to convince or manipulate a patient for the greater good of getting out of bed and working with you. I do that all. Oh, shit, that was my foot. I do that all the time. And so I don't think, it would be difficult to videotape because you're dealing, seeing patients' ass and stuff. But
you're also.
That's my chair, I didn't fart.
Like, cops are always in negative situations.
But this perpetuates it.
That is true, but we're never in a situation where it's like we walk into a patient's room and it's like, this is already a bad situation because I'm here to see you.
You can be abusive though. There's a lot of...
No, I know, but I feel like with cops, it's just like...
It's an expected kind of situation.
Yeah, and everyone's trying to get out of something and they're probably... It's like, there's been such a... Here's the thing. I agree, and I think that it is important that we have the body cam footage and that people are allowed to see what's going on because there's been... so much crazy shit. Yeah. On the other hand, there's been this annoying, stupid people who are always like, I'm recording you, but they're the problem. Yeah. I'm sure they're dealing with so much of that shit that they're like, we're fucking over it. Yeah. But then again, if you're doing what you need to do and you're doing your job and you're on the up and up.
I saw this one video yesterday actually on TikTok and I felt like the police officer to a degree brushed it off, but I also think he addressed it right then and there. So it was this black couple. They were pulled over. I'm not sure for the reason, but it was the body cam footage. And so there was two white police officers that stopped them. They had their kids in the car, and so they both got out of the car. And so the one rookie deputy was like, "Hey, do you have anything on you?" And she's like, "No." And so he's like, "Well, can I search you?" And traditionally, when you're trying to search a woman, you're supposed to call for, and I don't know if this is true, but you're supposed to call for a female officer to come and search. That's how
they do it at TSA. Exactly. No man passed me down.
But I do know that in the event that you don't have a female there, then the men are traditionally supposed to use the back of their hands. Well, the man literally reached around and cupped her vagina, in such an aggressive way, that his fingers somehow got whatever. It was just the way that they said it because they kind of blurted out. And so as soon as his superior, the person that was training him, saw him do that, he was like, hey, dude, stop. Go back to the squad car. Just go back to the squad car. And so he literally was like, okay, that's not the way we search women. And she was just so shocked. I've just been physically assaulted. And her husband was right there. And her husband was like, you just assaulted my wife. What the fuck are you doing? And so he was just like, wait a minute. I'm not invalidating. I just want you to know I am recording. My body cam footage is recording. That is not the way that you search. And she was like, he was supposed to get a woman. And she was like, no, we can search women. It's just, we have to use the back of our hand or whatever. But the fact that he addressed it right then and there and told the officer, listen, you're doing this wrong. He's just like, well, he's new. I'm sorry. He's new. And it's like, no. It doesn't matter that he's new.
That's 101. It's like Miranda rights and don't stick your finger in people's vaginas.
Exactly. Unless she welcomes you to do that. Consent.
A kink. We get it.
I'm just saying, if you're playing cops and robbers, but in that point, they were not playing cops and robbers. Just saying.
Which is not funny.
But it's not. No, definitely not.
But no. Yeah. And that's how it should be. See something, say something. Exactly. Stop it right there. Validate the people's feelings and the situation, the gravity of the situation, and correct it.
Yeah, because we do that all the time, I think, in hospital setting.
I've never done that at the hospital.
Really?
I've never stuck my finger in someone's vagina.
Not...
Have you?
Bruh.
I can't.
Bruh.
What the fuck are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about if you see something, say something, in the hospital setting. When I have seen nurses do things that are questionable, I call them out in front of the patient.
Oh, that's different than
First of all, as a physical therapist, I never need to stick my fingers up any vaginas unless I'm working on a pelvic floor.
Manipulate a coccyx?
No, definitely not. And I will not. First of all, I'm not a pelvic floor physical therapist. So physical therapists can do that. I am just not one of those. One of your coworkers.
But that would be the booty hole, right? Not the...
I mean, it could be both.
For a coccyx?
It just depends. It depends on what's going on with it.
What's going on with it?
Listen, I am not that physical therapist. We know a physical therapist who actually specializes in pelvic floor disorders, and she can do that, but not me. No.
So you're saying when you see shit at the hospital, you're immediately like,
oh, absolutely.
I believe that. You're
Absolutely.
very outspoken. Vocal.
Absolutely. Yeah.
A stand-up gal.
And I don't mind confrontation, so that's the biggest thing.
Taurus.
Very true. Very, very true. Anything else we need to talk about before we discuss what we're watching?
No, I love that we're progressing like this. It was a slow news week, y'all.
It really
but
was.
We're here for you.
Yeah.
We're keeping you updated.
Yeah.
That's about all.
The best part is in the rehab corner.
Best part's in the rehab corner. Meg Thee Stallion did an interview with Gayle King about the shooting that we all keep hearing about, and I'm not trying to invalidate her experience, but I'm like, we know he shot you.
I just, first of all, I want her to stop entertaining questions about it, especially because they're still in litigation. And like, I feel like her interview with Gayle, I don't know that it's going to help her case. I think it's going to hurt her case because like
Gayle King, I feel like she never helps.
She doesn't. She doesn't
She
help.
always hurts.
If you wanted to go to Robin Roberts, that was the person to talk to because Gayle is nosy and Robin Roberts cares. That's all I'm saying. she was another black, or talk to Jamil Hill, like talk to her.
Oh, that would have been a good one.
I just feel like, and it's not invalidating. I just think that until the case is finished, I think Megan she may feel like she's on this island by herself because every time she talks about her experience, people are like, oh my God, shut the fuck up. And it's like, no. She's not shutting up about the fact that she, was shot and that this was a traumatic experience to her and people keep trying to invalidate it. I just want her to these separate interviews, especially with Gayle. That is not a good look for your case, I don't think.
And every time she says something about it, he comes out and says something even crazier.
And then even other people like his managers and stuff start talking real. And I'm just like, they just start being really reckless. And I'm just like, Meg, just don't say anything. Just let them say whatever they want to.
Freaking beautiful. She's been looking so good lately.
She's always beautiful.
All of her Coachella looks, chef's kiss.
She has a new song, Plan B. Hot.
We all know. We all know.
I think she just released it. Yeah.
Did you watch? Are you a Coachella person?
Only when Beyonce performed it.
So no. Okay.
No.
Coachella just happened the second weekend, and so everyone was there. All
Who
the
else
outfits.
performed besides Megan Thee Stallion? That's all I cared about.
Megan Thee Stallion, Harry Styles brought Shania Twain out last weekend. Holy moly, it was so good.
That's your white side coming out.
It was so good. You don't like Shania Twain?
I don't know a single Shania Twain song.
Yes, you do.
Name one.
The best thing about being a woman. No?
Nope.
Wow.
Let's try another one. Because maybe I know it. I just
if
don't know.
You don't know that, you don't know. Like
that's
that would have been
song?
The one.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. Well, it was a really big deal.
Okay. Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah. Great. Perfect. Kendrick Lamar was there.
Oh, he's awesome.
Yeah.
Know him.
You know him. You would know a lot of people. I don't think you'd ever go. I would literally pay to see you at Coachella.
I never. You have to literally pay me some money to go there and to be in a crowd of people. Hell,
I would only go if I could afford VIP because I'm not doing it.
If I could go to the Coachella that Issa Rae did in Insecure.
Oh, do you remember Kelly? Remember me better.
She like completely peed on
that
herself.
Was such a good episode.
It was.
Ooh,
it really was.
I miss that show so much.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway, yeah, that's all that's going on.
Yeah. Well, prayers out to Megan. I just I pray she gets through this, and that she has love and support around her. There are a lot of people that support you out there, Megan Thee Stallion. We do.
Right here on the Face Off.
Absolutely. We support you, girl.
Amen, amen.
So what are you watching right now?
Oh, what haven't I watched? I finished Peaky Blinders season 5. Y'all. Again.
You are obsessed with Peaky
Blinders. First of all, I have an Irish accent more times than not at this point. I think I am.
Please don't tell me you go and do evaluations of patients.
Peaky fucking blind. Yeah, literally.
My name's Alyssa.
Exactly.
Get your ass out of bed, Mr. Johnson. That is definitely
You don't fuck with the Peaky blind. Yeah.
You sound more Australian than Irish.
I don't know what I am, but I just want to be. Me and Cillian Murphy have the same birthday, so I think we're twins at this point. Love him, love that. I watched the Abercrombie and Fitch documentary.
Ooh, I saw this girl was breaking it down. Was it good?
It was good because we had friends in high school that worked there, and like you always like I wished I could have worn.
What's it called? The Rise and Fall of Abercrombie and Fitch?
White Hot. Yeah. I wish I could have afforded. I wish I could have afforded. That's right.
I wish I could have afforded.
I wish I was rich enough to have some Abercrombie shit when I was little, and I didn't. And but we had friends who worked, and I remember hearing stuff like, oh, they only let the attractive people out in the front. Like, if you don't, like, they'll rate you. And if you rate poorly, you're in the back. And I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. Haha. And never fucking thought about it again. And that was 100% a real thing. And it would be like, you know, they would have one token black person, but they would never call them on to get
like corporate
hours. Yeah. They would only let the hot people out in the store to see customers.
Let me ask you this question. Do you think it's okay, this is me playing devil's advocate. I do not believe this. I'm just being devil's advocate. Do you believe that it's discriminatory to have a certain look at your particular store or your particular business that you own, like a brand look? Like, for example,
well, their
you know
look
how
was
Hooters,
blonde and white, so I think that was discriminatory.
right? But do you think it's discriminatory then for black owned businesses to only hire black people? Do you think it's a double standard? I'm just asking. This is me playing devil's advocate.
Kind of like HBCUs.
Well, the reason why HBCUs were created was because the white people wouldn't let black people in.
Well, the reason
But they
why
hire white
Abercrombie
staff.
got popular is because it sold this white American dream.
True. But what about like Hooters? Hooters discriminates on people who don't have big boobs.
My thing is, why are you hiring the Hooters girls if they don't have ass or don't have tits? That is all. I've always
Because
had that
they're
question.
being inclusive.
No, we're not here for the inclusivity.
So you're trying to see ass
for
and
the,
boobs?
We're here for the fried pickles and for
the
the
wings?
tatas.
Oh, I thought you were there for the wings. No.
Not really.
No?
I'm a
Oh.
fried pickle gal myself.
Oh, okay.
But I haven't been to Hooters in a minute. That sounds so good, though.
Can I make a confession? I've never been to Hooters.
We gotta go. We
I'm
gotta
vegetarian.
we gotta take this podcast on the road.
I'm
You can have the
vegetarian.
pickles.
Oh yeah, I can eat
Fried pickles,
I've
baby.
had that before. Those are really good.
To put the uggos in the back. I don't know that it was like.
Why you gotta call them ugly? Maybe they're just not cute to you, but they're cute to somebody.
That's true.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Okay.
Not at Abercrombie, ma'am. They rate you on a scale.
Well, they're probably ugly.
Yeah.
If you gotta rate me on a scale, you're ugly on the inside and outside.
I guess it's not technically like, I don't know. Why would you hire ugly people if you only want the attractive people? Like, just hire attractive people.
That's just like, okay, you've gone to the Victoria's Secret stores, right?
I have been to Victoria's Secret,
I feel
yes,
like
ma'am.
all the women in Victoria's Secret stores are beautiful.
Really?
I've never seen an ugly Victoria's Secret like
You've
rep.
never been to River Center Mall.
Oh, where's that at? River Center?
River Center. I don't
Oh,
talk
there's
about
no the River Center kids.
it. River Center kids, yeah. I've seen no, not that they're unattractive. I've seen averagely attractive.
That's like the girls at Mac. Every Mac
Yeah, that's
station,
true.
I've never seen an ugly Mac person. They always look beautiful.
Well, they're supposed to. They're selling you something.
But this is what I'm saying. So is that discriminatory then?
I don't know. I think in the eyes of the Supreme Court, yes. To me, no. If you want to attract hot, it's like being a bottle girl at a bar. Why would I hire?
Because if you got boobs and tits, I mean, boobs
I'm
and
just
butt.
like, why would I hire someone who I don't think is conventionally attractive? But then, what is conventional? And then you're only hiring certain people. This is why I don't own a business.
But theirs were more about race than anything.
Yeah, there was a store by it was in like Southern California in like a predominantly Asian area, and corporate came and they're like, you got too many Asians working here, and they were like, that's
wow.
all who lives around here.
Yeah.
They're like, we don't care, they're out.
That's
Shit like
disgusting.
that. It was really interesting.
So did
because
they go out of business then?
no,
Or they just had lawsuits?
they were doing really poorly, but I don't know. You probably haven't gotten anything from Abercrombie in the last like 5 years. But
I've never shopped there. I don't even think I can fit anything in there.
they,
I think Abercrombie and Fitch is like for white people, and then like American Eagle and like Gap, that's for like black curvy
So they
people.
took the moose off of everything. You know, they had that little moose on everything, and Hollister had the seagull.
Yes, I know Hollister has a sequel.
Okay,
Yep.
well, Abercrombie had a moose. They took the moose off of everything, and they are more size inclusive now. And the models are also more inclusive.
But they still are their typical, stereotypical look.
But they are like that cool California-y look. But the clothes, like, I buy things from Abercrombie now. I still do.
You support a racist?
It's not
organization?
racist anymore.
Who says? Since when?
There's black people everywhere.
I work at a job. Do you think these people are racist? This is why I quit working at the hospital. Racist ass people. And I will not say allegedly, because I got proof, motherfuckers. Anyway, neither here nor there. I can't talk about it.
All that to say, it was a good documentary. If you have ever cared about Abercrombie, I'd watch it. It was a good little thing to put
I
in the
like when
background.
people peel apart like an onion, like all these racial things, so people know it is about race.
Or
Dang it.
they used, like, graphic tees was their big thing.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they would do all these racist ass graphic tees.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the people who worked on them are in the interviews, and they're like, yeah, no, in hindsight, it didn't age well. We just knew they were making money, and we kept making them, and it was a different time, so no one was really calling us on that shit. And then when someone did, we were like, oh shit, yeah, it's probably fucked up. and the rich get richer.
My lord.
But yeah, I watched that.
What else are you watching?
Gerard Carmichael. Why did I sound like I was from Minnesota?
I was
when
gonna say
said
you said his name very weird.
Gerard Carmichael has
Yeah.
a new special on HBO, Nathaniel.
I saw it. It was really good.
So freaking good. I didn't know what
Yeah.
to expect. I just really like him. I watched the last special where he interviews his family,
Yeah.
and I watched the Carmichael show. Loved all of that.
I'm still pissed that they canceled that
I
show.
thought it was so good.
It was so David Allen Greer and Loretta Devine and Tiffany Haddish was in that, and was it Real?
Yeah.
Yeah, Real was in that, and I can't remember the other young
I
lady's
loved that
name,
show.
but
I thought it was
a good
so
show.
good.
It was a really good show.
And this special was not even like a typical stand-up comedy show. It was like him sitting on a stage telling his truth and like
Yeah.
talking about his life with some jokes in there. And there were some moments where he's talking to the crowd and I'm like, this feels like a therapy session.
It feels very Dave Chappelle-esque.
Yes.
How you can literally captivate an audience to listen to you the whole time.
He is a storyteller, and at no point was I
love
bored.
it.
At no point
Yeah.
was I like, where is this going? I was
Right.
just like, I'm here for whatever you're gonna give me.
Yeah. From start to finish, it was a really good special.
And there were times where he would just sit silent, and you could tell he was thinking about shit. And I was like, this is real rap raw.
It didn't seem scripted at all.
No, and it was so interesting. I
Yeah.
loved it. A 10/10. It's on HBO. Go watch it.
Yeah, definitely. That's cool.
What are you watching?
So I finished The Colony, whatever. I'm not saying go watch it. It was all right. Anyway, so two movies that I did see this past weekend. The first one is Alice, where Keke Palmer is actually the executive producer. She stars in it with Common, and it basically is talking about, and it's based off the real life story of, what's her name? Her name is Louise something. God dang it, I can't remember her name. Anyway, it's a story about how in 1973 or in the 1960s, this particular plantation in Alabama still had slaves. And these people did not know that slavery had ended almost 100 years prior
That's
to.
insane, dude.
And so she ends up running away, and the movie is that she runs away, and this is not me spoiling it. She runs away, she kind of gets away from the plantation after just so much abuse or whatever. And she finds Common. She almost gets hit by a car. And she's like, what the hell is a car? Like, she literally doesn't know what anything is. And because they've been living off of like using candles at night for their light and, using well water and all that kind of stuff. So they literally think it's still like in the 1800s because they have no concept of time. And so, anyway, she escapes.
They don't ever hear like planes flying above them or.
Because the way how secluded it was, there's nothing but trees and wood. So you wouldn't even hear a plane.
Wow.
And the movie is set in Georgia. But anyway, so she basically escapes. She finds Common, and Common just thinks, oh, maybe she fell, she fainted, she has amnesia or whatever. And she's like, no, I don't have amnesia. Like, this is where I was, blah, blah, blah. And it's not one of those like slavery porn kind of movies.
Like 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah, it's not like that where you're glorifying the bullshit. Like, she gets her revenge at the end. And so it was really good. The next movie that I saw was
So wait. Does she fall in love with Common?
No.
How does she not? If Common rescued me immediately.
Have you not seen his exes? He's the problem.
I know he's a problem. Doesn't mean I'm not going to fall in love with him if he rescues me.
Nah.
I just
He
want
does
y'all
look
to
good
know.
in a Kango. I'm just saying. He's the only man in 2022 that looks good with a Kango every single time.
You know what it was? He was the voice in, what's Kid Cudi's album? Dark Side, the Pursuit of Happiness album. Man on the Moon 2. He's that voice. Ever since then. Love that man. I'm just saying, if Common was the one who almost hit me, rescues me, and helps me get revenge on my slave owner, I'm probably going to fall in love with him.
He's gorgeous. He's absolutely gorgeous. But that's on, so Alice it's streamed early on Amazon Prime, but it's in theaters right now. And then the second movie that I watched is called Master on Amazon Prime as well, too. I was a little iffy about watching that. It's with Regina Hall and another young lady, I think her name is Zoe Renee. But most people already just knows Regina Hall. So anyway, she plays this like the headmaster or like a dean pretty much of this particular university that's basically historically all white. And there's only been a couple of black people that have been there. And so it tells this young lady, her name is Jasmine on the show or in the movie. She basically moves into this dorm, and the dorm they think is haunted, or the room is haunted that she's sleeping in because the first black student to integrate that university actually hung herself and committed suicide or allegedly committed suicide or whatever. And so it's going through the wilds of like it's very Jordan Peele-esque, but it has basically the monster to me felt like what black people deal with every day in life, dealing with microaggressions. You can never get away from it no matter where you go. And how white people kind of scave over it, like, oh no, you're just being dramatic. Oh, you're just making too much out of it. And, so it's telling this student's experience at her freshman year. Mm-hmm. And then Regina Hall, obviously she's the black person. Like, I've been through this. I know what you're going through. You just have to stick it out. Just don't quit. And then all these different things that happen, but it seems like it's horror, but it's not really a horror movie at all. And there's different twists and turns.
Thriller, they say?
It's a thriller. Yeah. But nothing jumps out at you and no shit like that. There's no, monster faces. It's a psychological thriller, but it's really good though. And the ending was really good too.
Okay, and that's on
Amazon Prime.
We love an Amazon Prime.
Yeah, so
there's some good stuff starting to come out.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Definitely.
Nope. We'll talk about it next week. I'm not in the show enough to tell you about it.
What?
I don't even remember what it's called. That's why we're not going to talk about it.
Okay. Well,
I was gonna bring it up and I didn't. Just let it go.
All right. Well, let's head on over to the rehab corner. All right. So today in the rehab corner, I was like, Amazon Prime. Literally, they just charged my credit card as we're sitting there talking about Amazon Prime. It's the government. It's my FBI agent. Anyway, so in the rehab corner, we're talking about a particular topic that really pissed me off. And I just cannot believe the privilege of some people. Anyway, so I'm not sure if you heard about this story, but this story comes out of Tennessee. And it actually, a patient has accused a former Tennessee hospital CEO of assault with a deadly weapon. So basically, a CEO or former CEO of Bristol Regional Medical Center participated in a surgical procedure via a cardiothoracic surgeon. His name is
Dr. Death.
Dr. Nathan Smith, and the CEO's name is Greg Neal. So in August of 2020,
always a Greg.
Exactly, they were both forced to resign because the cardiothoracic surgeon actually invited the CEO into the OR. The patient did not consent to this. And not only did he invite him into the OR to watch the surgery, because I guess he was a newly hired surgeon, but he allowed the CEO to make the initial incision on this person's chest to perform a heart procedure.
Like it's a fucking ribbon cutting ceremony?
Seriously.
And that's my student loan payments for the rest of my life. That's my new house that I'm about to buy, my cars,
I'm
my
retired.
trips to wherever.
I'm retired at that point.
Because I'm suing the fuck out of you.
Mind you, the patient never consented to this. Number two, the CEO is not a medical professional, has no medical license whatsoever. And for you to think that was like, oh, this is the shareholders. We want to show our shareholders around. Let them cut the first cut. What the hell is wrong with people?
That is very much giving CEO energy. I feel like all CEOs, this is that.
Like, you could have killed somebody.
What the hell, dude?
You could have gave that patient an infection.
Okay?
The cardiothoracic surgeon. And I'm surprised that I wonder who told, it was probably a nurse.
It's always a nurse.
The nurse, they whistleblow.
Y'all are the whistleblowers, and we
love
need it.
We love every single nurse.
Because I know y'all were standing there thinking, this shit ain't right.
And they went ahead and whistleblew to Medicare and Medicaid services, CMS.
Said, oh yeah, that surgery y'all just paid for?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Here's what happened. Because, even too, speaking of unconsented procedures when you're under anesthesia, this is why people don't trust doctors.
I know. What a vulnerable space to be in. And to know that someone walked into the room and had a scalpel to your chest that is not a licensed medical professional.
That you did not consent to.
That you did not know. Oh, it gives me heebie-jeebs.
But even too, there was this thing that I saw which I didn't know was a thing. And ignorance is bliss sometimes. Did you know that in most states in the United States, I'll just say allegedly for the protection of our podcast, you do not need consent. You do not need to give consent as a woman when you are having surgery for residents to then come in and practice vaginal exams on you.
What?
Yes. That is a thing. That is not, in most states, it is not illegal for residents to come in and practice vaginal exams on you while you are under anesthesia.
What the fuck?
And I'm just like, y'all, there is a war on women's bodies. It is fucking insane.
Wait, what?
Dead serious. Most states do not have a law that protects women against
that's some necrophilia shit. What the hell?
Listen, let me tell you something. God forbid I ever have to have surgery. I'm going in there with tights on. You can't tell me I can't have my drawers
body cam.
Putting a body camera right there. Remember that one lady who put a recorder in her weave, and she literally recorded the physicians like mocking her in surgery, and she sued that hospital and she sued that physician. Talking mad shit. I'm a webcam.
I feel like surgeons are always talking mad shit. The OR
yeah.
is like a big party to them. There's music
Yes.
playing, they're joking around, and like I get it. We got to keep the job fun. We do
Yeah.
the same thing. I play music every day.
Yeah.
I'm talking mad shit when I'm documenting.
Absolutely. Chart reviewing.
Chart
what the
review.
fuck is this patient here for? What the hell do they do? They're
Yo,
stupid.
speaking of, did we? Yo, speaking of the OR,
Oh my god.
this man came in with abdominal pain. Did a CT. They were like, "What the fuck is inside of you?" A can of deodorant and a
Like an aerosol?
yes, and a can, a reusable water bottle, like those big big plastic water bottles. One, it was in a Ziploc bag, and then an HEB bag, so he could have a handle. Both shoved inside of him.
I don't get it.
Bruh.
Is that not the wildest shit? Maybe the first one. How'd you get the second one up there?
Is he a porn star?
No. He said he was doing drugs with his friends and he passed out, and that's what happened. But this has happened before. And I was like, I don't think your friends did this to
Is
you.
he white? Because you know white people.
I think that was my same question. I think he was Hispanic.
Because my the only reason why I asked is he white.
White
is
people
because
like butt stuff?
They do. White men like butt stuff, and they look when you are drunk and passed out. Don't ever trust your white male friends
I'm
because they will
telling you,
shove some shit up your ass.
We are the same person because that is the same question that came out of my mouth. I said, "Is he white?" They're like, "I think he's Hispanic."
That's horrible. You can go get a dildo for that or something,
Dude. And
Jeez.
so one of them had the HEB bag tied and knotted, so there was like a handle for retrieval, but the other one did not. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if one was like a
I was like, that
rescue
sounds like
attempt.
drugs or something. Like you know.
I don't know, man.
That's
My thing is like,
weird.
I understand it going in, but staying in, I don't get.
You hear the weirdest stories on TikTok. Yeah, you hear the weirdest. That's crazy that you heard that story on TikTok.
I know.
That's
It's wild.
crazy. Wow, that's interesting.
And that's
say the
why you
least.
stay on the internet.
Yes, you do because you get the best. You get the best content.
Like
for
the
your
lady
podcast.
who had a snake and it died inside of her.
Yes.
Did you see that?
Yes, I did. I just, Jesus.
How do you? The snake. Oh gosh.
There was this one video I saw of, and this is not where we wanted this podcast episode to go, but that's where it's going.
Kink Talk.
This one guy, I think it was overseas somewhere, and this guy had a snake that ended up like crawling up his penis or something.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
And when they pulled it out, and I was just like, why am I watching this? But I couldn't turn away.
When that lady was telling the story about the 500-pound lady that had the snake die inside of her, I could not turn away, and I made everyone at work watch it because I was like, if I had to hear this shit,
You gonna hear
y'all
it?
gotta hear this shit.
Well, that's like the 600-pound lady. She died though, but she had like maggots in her skin folds, and she didn't know that they were there.
Oh,
Yeah, and I was just like, "It's what?" But see, remember that one time I was at work and
you did not have maggots in your skin
No, I
fold.
didn't. I didn't. But
You
there
had,
was.
you had food stuck in you, didn't you?
I literally was eating like a Morning Star sausage patty, and a piece of it dropped, right? And so I was like, "Where did it go?" And I didn't see the remnants on the floor. Literally, I went the whole day, and when I came home at like 4 p.m. and I took my bra off, and literally the piece of sausage just fell on my bed, and I was like, "My boobs are huge."
I do remember that was fucking disgusting.
That was the day I was like, damn, my boobs are huge. The fact that I did not feel that, nothing was itchy, nothing. And I'm like,
You had some sausage
what?
up in you all day.
Even during the pandemic though, like when Kawhi and I would go in certain rooms and I'd be super hot and be sweating in between my boobs, like I would put like, not tissue, but napkins in between my boobs. And literally when I would finish, I would go all day and then I'd be like, what the fuck is in between? Oh, it's all the paper towels.
You don't feel that at all?
I don't
That's
feel
wild.
it. I don't feel it at all. That's how you know you have big boobs.
But that's also like, you know when you get patients up and they have like pills and the caps
Bacon.
to the IV and I'm like, I know this shit was hurting you. You didn't feel that?
You weren't
It's all indented on their back. Ugh.
You come in and you're like, did you have eggs for breakfast? How did you know? Because it's sitting on your chest,
There's
sir.
Cheerios on their back folds. I'm like,
Yes.
yeah.
Remember that one patient where the tech, this lady, I
Lost
think she lost
They were sitting her up at the edge of the bed. This lady, she was probably about 500
She was
pounds.
500 pounds. Because I had worked with her. And
She was a big lady.
He came in there to help me and the OT, and he was behind her. And then he came back off the floor, and he's like, I don't have my badge. And we were like, maybe you left it in the room. So he goes, but he's like, I think it's behind the patient. And literally, he had to walk all the way back to the hospital. And
Oh, man.
he was like, "Ma'am, I think my badge is behind your back." And sure enough, his badge got lodged.
Because listen, when you have someone that big and that debilitated, and you're getting them back into bed,
you don't feel it.
You don't feel it, and it's quick and it's heavy, and you just gotta go.
Very true.
You gotta go with gravity.
Very true.
Boom.
Yeah. So that's how I didn't feel the piece of meat in my bra.
Oh no, that's different. That's very different.
But my boobs are they don't look well. They do. They look huge. I wear black so you can't really see them, but my boobs are huge. Anyway,
all that to say, if I'm on the table, you better be a freaking licensed professional if you touch me. No, and it better be with my consent and something that I knew about.
Seriously, because I'm gonna sue the shit out of you.
Keep your hands out of my cooter unless you're delivering my baby or reconstructing some shit.
That's so scary. Do you know how many women have had surgical procedures who did not know that someone was literally invading their body like that? That's wild. To practice. Whew, I almost got mad, y'all. Jesus, fix it, Lord. Save us and rescue us from this fucking planet. Oh, sorry.
Amen.
Jesus, Lord. I'm not cussing at you, Jesus. I'm just asking nicely. Jesus, Lord. This is not our planet. Captain Planet. He's our hero. Gotta take pollution down to zero.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what Captain Planet is, but you have the audacity, the caucasity to talk about
Everyone knows Aaron Carter.
Everyone knows Captain Planet.
Is he the skinny white, yellow, and green guy?
No. He has green hair, and he wears tights, red tights. Captain Planet, he's a hero. Gonna take pollution down to zero. He had the little kids with a wind, water, heart.
What the fuck are you talking
They had little rings to save the world. You don't remember Captain Planet?
Remember? I don't even know what you're talking about.
It was like little kids, and he initiated each one little kid. They were responsible for whatever. So if
who would make kids responsible for that? Sounds
Captain
dumb.
Planet. But they were like teenagers.
Was he like trying to save the world or something?
Yes, because he's taking pollution down to zero.
Okay. Captain Planet.
And that was a great series.
Okay.
Look it up. Look it up.
Do you bet your bottom dollar? I'm trying to figure out what the hell you're talking about. Captain Planet.
He's a hero. Gonna take pollution.
This came out in 1990?
Yeah.
I wasn't even born
But
yet.
it ran for some time.
6 seasons. Oh, the blue. Oh my God. He's wearing a bra. A crop top.
A crop top and tights. He works out though. His red boots.
What? This outfit doesn't make sense for fighting crime.
And he used to always say, the power is yours. And then they all had a little ring for like wind, water, heart.
Oh, look, there's a black guy.
Yeah, there's one black token.
There's always one black guy.
And then there's a Southeast Asian.
Always.
He did heart.
This guy's scary.
He always came at the very end.
He looks like Thanos, kind of.
Yeah. That's not real, but anyway, we went off on a whole tangent. Anywho, all that to say, make sure that you know what you're signing your consent forms. Make sure, women, that you put that in your thing, that no residents or whatever can touch you or anything. Put it all, just write it all down and put it in your consent form.
Put it in.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
You remember
put it in your consent form. I do remember that.
Y'all, do you remember that song that was like, what'd you do when your son was at home, crying all alone on the bedroom? That song was so
hungry, and the only way to feed him was to sleep with man for that little
bit. How depressing! And
prostitution.
I don't know how old I was, but I was just like, "Yup,
But you know what? That song came out, I think, when I was in was I in 11th grade or something? Because that was City High. They were at grad night when I went to grad night, and they sung that song. Yeah,
they sang it. It came out in 1999.
Yeah, they were at our grad night. I was
5 years old. I shouldn't have been listening to that song. My mom was young. It was a weird time.
Yeah, we went to grad night and they performed, and I was just like, who the hell wants to? This City High, Rick Smith, when the back of the joint. Anyway, they were not popular. Anyway, but yeah, that song about prostitution. Like, what would I do? What do you mean? Get up off the floor, lady. The fuck? Get your son off the floor.
As long as you put a good beat to it. It's like Semi Charmed Life from Third Eye Blind.
Yeah, and we were singing that song like that was just like, I'm like, this is a song about prostitution. Like, she had no choice. What?
It's a horrible song.
I hope you didn't win no award for that. Anyway. Neither here nor there. Anything else you can talk about before we get out?
No, that was it. I had to get that off my chest. I was thinking about that all day. I was like, damn, this song's pretty. It was like a Runaway Love by Ludacris. Every time I hear that, I'm like, why am I'm bopping to this song. And
was it Keke Palmer that played in that? In Runaway Love? Because it was Mary J. Blige that sung it, right?
Yeah. Now little Lisa's only 9 years old.
Yeah, because she, I think Keke Palmer was the one who was in that video.
Is she in it?
That was such a sad video.
That is such a sad song. Lord.
Oh my gosh, run away, love.
So she's gonna run away and never come back.
That's just like Nick Cannon's song, "Let Me Live" or something like that. He talked about his mom was gonna have an abortion with him, and I was like, why? Why is this on the radio?
For material.
Jesus. Oh,
Woo,
gosh.
all that to say, I hope everyone has a great week.
Yes. No prostitution.
Go listen to some good old throwbacks.
Not those.
Like What Would You Do by City High.
Listen to Aaron Carter.
Go listen to How I Beat Shaq. Aaron Carter. Aaron's Party.
That's literally the name of the song is How I Beat
Na
Shaq.
na na na. You never listened to Aaron's Party? Hey, hey, hey. No? Yeah, the song is called How I Beat. I'll have to show it to you later.
Yeah, no, that's
So good. Okay. Anyway,
your
that's
white
all.
side is winning right now.
It's a good percentage of me.
Yeah, 58.
I will say.
Yeah, it's winning. It's winning right now.
57. Calm down.
I thought it was 58%. You're 58% European, ma'am.
57 point something.
You said you. Darren, go back in the archives and pull it up. She said she's 58%.
58. I am 58% European, and 56% of it is Irish.
And then because you're 56% Irish. I remember that.
Interesting.
Yep.
Steel trap up there. Well, y'all go ahead and have a great week. Thanks for listening to us again. Remember to like and subscribe.
Absolutely.
And
Share with your friends.
Send money to my Venmo.
Yes, our birthdays are coming up soon.
It is. It's birth month soon. We'll have to do something special.
May 18th for me and May 25th for her.
Yes, ma'am.
Gemini and Taurus.
How we get along, I will never know.
It's because you have two sides.
That is true.
It's your black and your white side. I'm just stubborn. And a control freak. That's all.
You are.
I mean, we're the best combination. But anyway, continue to spread love.
Spread light.
Don't
And
forget
forget
to
to
laugh
laugh
your
your
face
face off.
Why did you go so slow?
I was following you.
You didn't press the button. I can't with you.
Okay, I need to play this video for you.
Please do.
And then I have to go. I have things to do.
I had a meal prep still. Did you
Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of The Face Off with Fleming and Fowler. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at The Face Off Pod. Be sure to tune in to The Face Off every Tuesday where new episodes are released.